Well, suck me dry and call me dusty. Stargate, as in the Stargate, is coming back, baby. Amazon MGM Studios has just greenlit a new adaptation of Stargate, and do you want to know what the best part of this is? It's not a fucking reboot. It will be a live-action continuation of sorts, a new chapter set in the same universe with the same continuity as Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, and Stargate Universe. Holy smokes, this is some of the most mind-altering, nay, dick-shattering sci-fi news I have heard in years, so much so that it's brought me out of hiding and compelled me to make this very video. So, not much information has been released thus far at the time of recording, but here is what we know so far, and let me tell you, it sounds fucking good. Like, really fucking good. Holy hell. Okay, so first, who is running this show? Well, this, I think, well, we can all agree once you hear this, is good news. Veteran Stargate writer and occasional director Martin Gero, who most notably wrote some of the most epic episodes in SGA, such as The Siege Part 1 to 3 and First Strike, Be All My Sins Remembered, and so much more, is the creator, showrunner, and executive producer of this new series. So let's just say it's in good hands. It's in daddy's hands. But not only that, Brad Wright, the co-creator of Stargate SG-1, will join the team as a writer and as an executive producer, along with Joseph Malozzi, who was a writer and producer of SG-1 and helped write such episodes of SG-1 as Window of Opportunity, you know, the Groundhog episode and one of the most celebrated episodes of all time, a fan favorite, and a whole bunch of replicator episodes in Atlantis and some SGU stuff and so on. Let's just say, the boys are back. Joe Malozzi was also the dude behind Dark Matter, which I think was a massively underrated sci-fi series. I thought it was quite good, and it had like some Stargate vibes in there, and I actually did a video on its cancellation, and Joe, believe it or not, commented on my video. Now, at first I was skeptical as to whether or not this was him, so I messaged his verified Reddit account, and lo and behold, it was him, and we had a brief back and forth. The dude was a total gentleman. The time he spends talking to the fans is very respectable. What a guy. He even said he would pass my sentiments onto the cast and crew regarding the cancellation of Dark Matter, which, if you've seen that video I made on this cancellation, might not be such a great idea, because I fucking went mental in that video. I did not hold back on the name calling. I was just calling everyone a cunt. It was brutal. But, you know, whatever, they probably never saw that video. The point is, Joe understands his fans, and he's a good writer, he's a good producer, so having him on board with this new series, with all of his experience in the previous Stargate series, can only be a good thing in my opinion. Oh, and speaking of boys who are back, this is truly weird but maybe awesome. Dean Devlin, the co-writer and co-producer of the original Stargate film, the movie that started it all, and Roland Emmerich, the man himself, the director and co-writer, has joined the fucking team. Which is odd, but maybe cool, because Roland Emmerich saying something like, and don't quote me on this, it bastardized his original concepts or something like that, and even allegedly had plans of rebooting the franchise, but in his image, picking up where the original movies left off and turning it into a film trilogy, completely disregarding the TV franchise's lore, which in my opinion is dumb as fucking shit, because the show is amazing, beloved, and honestly it's my personal favorite sci-fi series of all time, so suck on that. But to have those two on board to finally come around and be like, yeah, let's all team up together, both Stargates together at last, I don't know. Regardless, it's a turning point, and it's surprising yet exciting. I just hope it's not like a too many cooks spoil the broth type of situation, the whole thing goes to shit. But one thing they have said, and of course you have to take this with a grain of salt, because studios and wankers and dumb shit interferes with movie making and TV stuff all the time, but one thing they have said is that they've been listening to the fans over the years, and they're going to make this new series in the same tone, the same, at least aesthetically, as the original two series, Stargate SG-1 and SGA. They want to capture that feeling, but update it for a modern audience. So I'd expect a high budget, you know, being Amazon and all, and modern filming and directing techniques, but with the same tone and, yeah, a little bit of campness and comedy with drama and all that good stuff as the original series had. But I'd expect expect a modern adaptation. I wouldn't want it to be as cheesy, per se, as the old ones. We already have that. I can just go watch the old episodes. I'm looking forward to an evolution of the series that doesn't disregard the old lore, builds upon it, but also updates the thematics a little bit, make it for a modern audience, but capture the spirit of the old series. I think truly, if they can, that sounds like I'm asking too much. Let's see what happens. So to sum it up, Stargate is back. It will be a few years before we see it, but it seems like it has the funding, or definitely it has the funding, and maybe the best team you could imagine making it happen. However, there is no news on premise at the time of recording other than it's going to be a continuation, yet a standalone, so it won't be original cast. It will be like what SGA was to SG1, a brand new series with new stories, new everything, but set in the same universe, which excitingly allows for cameos, old enemies, old friends, the same lore and everything. They did, however, say that they will make it accessible to new viewers as well, or those that can't be fucked watching the previous 350 episodes and all the movies or whatever it is, just to figure out what's going on in this new series. Like, I get that. That makes sense. Like, you could not expect a modern audience to sit back and watch one of the longest running sci-fis, continuous sci-fis of all time, just to see what this first episode is going to be about. It doesn't make sense, so I get that, and that's actually a good thing, I think. But I do hope, and I'm sure they will, throw in a lot of fan servicing stuff as well, like cameos, or maybe even tie up some loose ends, even in passing. For example, will we find out what happened to Atlantis? Fuck, I hope so. So if any executives are watching, Joe, I'm looking at you, at least put that in there in somewhere, like even in passing, just an off comment, just tie up some stuff. Will we know what happened to Destiny? I hope so, even in passing. Again, those concepts, despite some arguing the execution was off point, perhaps aesthetically, the stories, the sci-fi writing on Stargate Universe was fucking solid. Like I said, the execution was a bit weak, only because of the tonal shift. At least that's what some people say. Christopher Judge, he has or had apparently been trying to get a Stargate series off the ground for some time. The series would focus on the Jafar and the rebuilding of their society or empire, but it never came to fruition. However, considering his passion and interest in the series, and considering this new series will be a continuation or a spin-off set in the same universe, you have to assume that there will be some kind of cameo or mention of the Jafar, right? Let's hope so. Again, they don't need to dwell on the past. I just think it would be nice, just for the fans, if they sort of fixed up a few loose ends and then we can all join together and go forth into the future. Like, that little bit of closure would just bring everyone together, and then we could all just build this universe, or like look forward to what's coming in the future without all the whinging and bitter and shit that's gone on over the years. When you have an unending, you have unsatisfied fans. So just let's tie up a few loose ends and then we can all fucking push forward. Hey, it's me, Jake, from the YouTube channel Jake's Place. You just watched this video on this channel. This is me. This is what I look like these days. Check out my beard. It's pretty fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry I haven't put out anything in a while. Actually, it's been a couple of years, I think, since I've done anything on this channel. And the reason for that, why I stopped, was frankly because I just got a bit sick of it, man. I got sick of the grind. The channel's really small, it doesn't generate any income, and obviously I didn't do it to make money, but it does take a shitload of my time. I'm a married man now, I've got my own property that I'm renovating, I've got lots of shit going on, and I couldn't justify spending the time on those videos. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it for a while there, but it just wasn't working out, right? But I never actually stopped making content. If you go over to my other channel, Churu, we've just hit 10,000 subs. Again, it's a small channel, some videos do better than others, but if you want to see more of me, if you actually enjoy my personality, which sometimes I find hard to believe that anyone would, but you know, someone did end up marrying me, so I guess someone does, and they watch all my videos, so that's really cool. But if you want more of me, go over to Churu. It's sort of like a self-sufficient, homesteading, lifestyle type channel, with plenty of my Aussie shenanigans thrown in. There's lots of home brewing, lots of cooking, like I'd show you how to make kangaroo burgers and all kinds of crazy stuff, lots of gardening, tons of foraging if you want to learn how to correctly identify edible mushrooms. That's the place for you. And there's a few skits and bits and bobs and shit on there, dumb songs and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to see more of me, go over there, because I don't care if that channel never, ever, ever gets any views, or the subscriptions never go above 10,000 or 20,000, whatever I'm at now. I absolutely love making original content. All of the stuff on there is 100% original. It's semi-educational, and it's all me, baby. It's not just me talking about some shit that someone else has made, like this video, like Jake's Place. So if you want more of me, check that out. Am I going to make any more Jake's Place videos? I don't know, man. Maybe. I mean, this video took 2 or 3 days to knock up. on and off. So they do take quite a few hours, even though it's just images and shit. Every time I make a Jake's Place video, 99% of the time, they get copyright striked. So I literally make no money off any of this stuff. And like I said, it's not about the money. I would do the grind if it was generating an income. I mean, that's a pretty lazy job, right? It doesn't generate any money and it sucks up a lot of my time. That's why I stopped making them. So I don't know if I'm going to make any more Jake's Place videos. Do you want me to make any more fucking Jake's Place videos? Leave a comment in the description below. Let's get a friendly discussion going. Don't be cunts, alright? I love you very much, even though I have been absent for quite some time. I don't know if I'm going to be back, but if you do want to see more of me, at least once a fortnight, I upload on my other channel, Churu, so check that out. We also have an online store if you're in Australia. You can buy my hot sauces, which is what I do for a living these days. I make hot sauce and spice rubs and sell it to fucking different people around the country. So check that out, alright? Farewell for now. Oh wait, what do you think about Stargate? That's pretty fucking exciting, right? That's the whole reason I made this video, was not to talk about me and my tiny cock. Well, it's actually quite big, you ask my wife. But it's to talk about Stargate. So are you guys fucking excited? Obviously I am. Obviously I am. Alright, I'll see you later.